Greetings, Red Belts. Hope you're having a great day. Boy, oh boy, you know what this is, right? It's your training log sheet. Yeah, you filled a few of these out in your day, haven't you? Well, I know we had several Red Belts here last night. Great stuff. I expect this thing not only be full, but you'd actually put in the time on this. So when we get back here, you are more than well prepared to earn that next tip stripe. And the tip stripe we're working on right now is the green tip. Now what I've done is I filmed a different video for the Tigers. You don't have to worry about that one. The white belts and yellow belts, nah. The orange belts, there's some stuff, but the green belt, I want you, when you're done with your video, which I'm gonna focus on your requirements, to go through and do the green belt video. Because what I did was I covered everything in the green belt video for the green belts, orange belts, and white belts in depth. Now I'm talking to you as the red belts you are, so I'm just going to focus mainly on your testing requirements for this tip. But what I want you to continue to solidify. It means make more solid the things that you've already learned in the past. So I'm gonna go at your pace here, like with the front fall. I showed all three stages. I'll show it again, but I'm not gonna explain it as much for the red belts as I did for the green belts, and the same with some other things. So I want you, and that's part of your training, honesty, when you're done with this video, you also do the green belt video, because red belts, you're getting closer and closer to the black belt. And all that extra time is gonna do is make it better for you. So for the red belts, we start off in third and second gup. Third gup, you got 20 sit-ups and 20 push-ups. Second gup, you got 25 push-ups, 25 sit-ups. So we're gonna do the 25. Yeah, it's 5 more. You can do it. And of course, just like anything else, you don't try, but you do your absolute very, very best. So from here, as a reminder with our push-ups, our back is straight. Not our tail in the air, and we don't kind of half arm it or keep our belly on the floor. That's stuff white belts do because they're just learning. Your red belts now, I expect 25 quality push-ups, not hana, dual, set, net, all the way down, all the way up. Count in Korean. Hana, dual, set, net, dasit, yosin, ilga, yoro, aho, yo, yo hana, yo dual, yo set, yo net, yo dasit, yo yosin, yo ilga, yo yoro, yo aho, some mule, some yo hana, some yo dual, some yo set, some yo net, some yo dasit. 25. Then our sit-ups, and you know we don't put our hands behind our head, and the reason for some of us who may not know is because for kids and adults oftentimes we're pulling too much on our neck and not focusing enough on our stomach, on our abs. So what we do is we do the spear sit-ups, and when we sit up, we also not only work our stomach to this full capacity of crunching and working the ab muscles, but we're also, when we come up, getting a good stretch for our lower back. And we're gonna do 25 of these, same thing. And I didn't mention this, but you know, never hold your breath. That's a good reason why we count, is because when you count, you actually exhale when you're speaking and counting, not holding your breath. So here we go. Hana, dual, set, net, dase, yosin, yuga, yoro, aho, yo, yo hana, yo dual, yo set, yo net, yo dasit, yo yosin, yo ilga, yo aho, some mule, some yo hana, some yo dual, some yo set, some yo net, some yo dasit. Good. 25. Moving on from here, and I think it's a good time to talk about the front fall defense. And once again, I explained this and went over a lot of detail in the green belt class, so I want you to watch that video when you're done with this one for the other stuff that we focused on. So we started off with the front fall on our knees. Working on, we turn our head to one side or the other, doesn't matter which one, but we want to spread it all out so we're landing on our forearms and our hands. Think about if all our weight went on our pinky finger, what would happen? Not good. So we're gonna spread the blow out, therefore the impact is spread out as opposed to all in one focused area. So I turn my head, and you notice my legs come up. The next phase is kind of from a squat position. I'm here, but I'm not gonna land on my knees. I'm gonna fall forward, and my legs come up again. I continue to progress. Maybe I'm in a half squat position, or I guess more almost a full squat here. Same thing, I'm not landing on my knees. I turn my head, I fall forward, and my legs come up. all the way up. I'm here like this, and it's like somebody shoved me. Now at the end of this one, I'm gonna throw a defense. Because if the person that shoved me down is probably gonna run up and try and pop me when I'm down on the ground. So I fall, I immediately do a kick, then I immediately get myself up and get some distance. So I've been shoved, I fall, get distance. Boom. And it's gonna take a few times to get that, but I want you to work on it. Do your best. Don't rush it. Folks, parents, videotape it, take pictures, make sure the kids are doing their best. Another requirement, what else they got here? Let's see. We got the Eskrima sticks we'll get to in a minute. All previous self-defense, hook and straight punch, grab anywhere and punch. So I'm gonna borrow Instructor Grogan. He's gonna help me out with this. Now I'm gonna put this right here. Good stuff, thank you. Now just a quick review. We know on the wrist grab, person's bigger, meaner, stronger, faster, and uglier, so we're not taking it lightly. We're not just getting a habit of, oh my gosh, I can't get out of it. Because if I practice my whole time, pretending the person's barely hanging on, and I get out, and then somebody comes along and death grips me, I can't get out, I can't get away, oh my gosh. How we practice, how we perform. Out. Aya! Aya! With the techniques. Now, oftentimes have parents, especially dads, will say, yeah, they don't hit each other. And that sounds all macho until it's your kid that gets hit. Done this for how many years now, right? I hear the same thing. Now, I'll tell you the truth, me growing up, we used to whack each other pretty good. That led to a lot of broken bones, a lot of broken noses, and more concussions than anybody should have. I don't want that for your kids. I don't want them having brain damage. So we spend, I don't know how many thousands of dollars on equipment so the kids can unload on this equipment, hit it with everything they've got. Because what happens is if I hit Austin with everything I've got, then he's gonna have, and it's his turn, he's gonna hit me with everything I've got. Now we're just beating each other up. And once again, I know it sounds macho and all, but let's be smarter. Hit the snot out of this equipment. Besides, most kids are gonna be reluctant, thinking, but they're gonna hit this equipment with everything they've got. And my goal is, we practice the art of fighting, so hopefully we never have to. Yeah, they're hitting this equipment with all they've got, building up that confidence, so hopefully they have to ever have to physically defend themselves. But the reason we practice the physical, bullying, verbal, stop right there, knock it off. We take those steps. But if that person puts their hands on you or grabs you, that's no longer bullying, that is now assault. And by law, you have the right to defend yourself, physically defend yourself. Now I say by the law, that may not be the school laws. I'm not sure what laws they play by, but the real law. And another reason why we do the palm strike, it's the most effective but non-lethal technique we can do. This, it doesn't matter if it's a beginner martial artist or an experienced third-degree black belt like Austin, you make a fist, you have now provoked conflict. You have now promoted violence. Even if the person doesn't know what to do with these things. Open hand, however, open hand is trying to diffuse the situation. You're trying to calm things down. That doesn't mean this palm strike can't do just as damage in the solar plexus. And that's the reason why we go to the solar plexus first. It's my goal to stop the attack as quickly as possible. And once again, a punch, a lot of times even trained kids sometimes don't know how to do the punch right. And you say, well, maybe they should. I'm just saying this, you're gonna get in so much more trouble. This is a palm strike, it's more effective. And going to the solar plexus, I don't care how big, how strong, or even how jacked up on drugs this person is. It's the same thing I teach police officers. They don't have air in their lungs. They can't breathe, you can't function, you can't move. And I've seen it before, police officers with their nightsticks. This person's all hopped up on meth and Epsom bath salts and all the other stuff that some of these folks take. And they're coming at the police officer and they're trying to defend themselves, the police officer is, and they're hitting them, breaking bones, but that person isn't stopping because they don't feel the pain. However, good shot in the solar plexus, I don't care what drugs you're on. You don't have air in your lungs, you cannot breathe, you cannot function. So that's the reason we have our first strike right to the solar plexus. So I know you've probably heard that before, but it's worth repeating. That's why I continuously talk about that. So moving on. So the arm grab, kind of same thing. I'm not going against the wall. I'm turning in with everything I've got. That palm strike. Hi-ya! Strike, strike. Hi-ya! And we're key-opping twice on the first palm strike because I want that to be the one to end it. And the second palm strike, third palm strike, a knee. That's just By all means, just in case, but if you do the palm strike right, you'll never need those. It's just a little extra security blanket. The grabs, it could be any grab from the front. I covered these extensively in the green belt video, which I want you to review, but I'm gonna go ahead and run through them real quick here. Doesn't matter if it's a lapel, doesn't matter if it's shoulders, doesn't matter if it's choke, doesn't matter if it's my hair, whatever it is, they're grabbed, and I'm going to go with the choke here. They're choking. Now, truth be told, you only got about 6 seconds and somebody clamps a choke on you. So you gotta react and do something. So here, all I'm doing, I'm not trying to pull back, hang on, buddy. I'm not trying to pull back. Hi-ya! I'm stepping in and driving that palm heel right where it goes. Then I'm doing my others. Hi-ya! Attitude and effort on everything we do. The back attacks, doesn't matter if he's grabbing, wants to get my shoulders, my hair, I don't have much hair to grab there. The collar, now, we've talked about this quite a bit lately, but watch this. Hang on real tight, bud. If I try and run away, I'm not getting anywhere. He hangs on and pulls back, and I try and step around. All he's doing is slinging me around like a rag doll. I got to step when he pulls back. Go ahead and pull back. Straight back and straight in. That's the difference. So once again, folks, when your kids are doing this, get that camera out, videotape them. Make sure they're doing this right. Because how they practice, how they perform. A newer one, we kind of added back into the curriculum, is the tackle defense. And the tackle defense is, now, let me back up before we get to tackle defense. We have the 3 ranges of attack. Maybe they're further back. We got our guard stance, our hands are up, good defensive position, not straight armed, not T-Rex arms. Our hands are up, and they're coming at us. We're on the track, they're running at us. Hey man, calm down. I gotta get the heck off the track, let them go on by. That's how we kind of do it at the beginner level. The orange belt, green belt level, we move in a little bit closer. So maybe they're there, we know something's up, we got our defensive posture up, and here's the thing, if my arms are down, I'm never gonna be able to get them back up. That's why I emphasize so much, get those arms up, not Frankenstein up, bent just a little bit. He's here, hey man, calm down, and he lunges at me, boom! All I'm doing is my X and out of the way. Then we get to the red belt rank, it's more like this. We're here, and he's mad at me for whatever reason, but he surprises me, so I don't have my hands up yet. He gives me a good shove. Boom, that was a good one. And one shove, he's probably not gonna stop. I get shoved, I immediately gotta get my defensive posture up. And then he's coming in for a second shove, boom, I'm out of the way. Okay, and we'll do it all the way through in kind of sequence, sequence, but I'll let him do it. Because I'm here talking, he's yelling at me for whatever reason, he shoves, go ahead, boom, he goes to shove again, get it! You've moved out of the way. But what you've done, I'll kind of do it in slow motion here. He shoved, I've fallen back, boom, my hands automatically got to come up, he's going to shove again, I'm stepping, I'm Xing, I'm deflecting. And that's the power of this X block, okay? It is the go-to for just about everything we do. We'll do the hook punches in a second and a straight punch because they got to get through 2 layers of defense, and the angles of the X's, which by the way we know at red belt now, it's not down here, it's not here where we can't see, it's not way up here above our head, it's right here, right here. The angles of those deflect everything off. So even if I didn't get out of the way on a punch, it's going to deflect it off enough where I'm not taking the full blunt of it. Now by red belts, we know we'll just do a punch defense. Hey man, calm down. He comes in, go ahead, boom, I'm out of the way. Not only did I get my X's up, I deflected and stepped out of the way, and that's the progression. So the tackle defense. Now the tackle defense, this is a classic wrestler or football player move. Okay, they're going to go in and tackle, and this is going to be generally from the waist down. If it's from the waist up, so he comes in to tackle from the waist up, go ahead, I'm just moving out of the way. I can see that. The legs are a little different because when I turn out of the way, I'm just moving. When they go for the legs, if I just turn out of the way and he's got both legs, oh my gosh. My knees are together, I can't get away from it. Same thing if I'm stuck here and he shoots for the legs. Boom, he's gonna drop me and I'm gonna hit my head. This is a classic wrestling move, but I'm not gonna spend so much time on the sprawl in wrestling. I'm just giving you what this does. If his arms can't get around my legs because my base is so wide, he's not gonna be able to bring me down. So he shoots for my legs, we'll do it, and we'll break it down slowly. Hey man, calm down. Yeah, go ahead. Calm down, calm down. Boom! Notice I got my legs wide and I just guided him to the ground. And then a strike. Get back down, right? So we'll go slow with this thing. So I'm here trying to calm him down. He goes for the legs. I'm just doing my X's as I shoot my legs back and pushing him down because they've committed to your legs. Now, this is a classic wrestler, and like I said, football player move. The wrestlers, they have, when they shoot, they got a single leg takedown. You just shoot for one leg. So you shoot for one leg, boom, drops me. A double leg takedown, they shoot both legs. Bang. And how it always starts is generally something like this. They're here, they'll go smack, drop. I wrestled for a few years. That was a classic. You're up here, you smack them, you pop down, and you take the legs out. So even if Kelsey Grogan, Austin were to do that, I got my hands up, he goes to smack him, maybe I block it, my hands are here, and he shoots down with my legs, bang! I get my sprawl out, I do my X's down, Aya! And that's gonna take a little time to work on. So in the air means you're without a partner. I want the kids with their hands up just to work on getting, boom, the legs back, and working on that X block. Instead of going up, this one goes down. And why an X block down is this reason right here. If I try and chop down, I've only got so much momentum. I circle, and that's how the shoulders roll. Think about this. If I'm throwing a ball, and I'm just throwing like this, there's not much momentum. But I use the rotation of the shoulder, I've got much more velocity and speed. Same thing. Pushing, not much velocity. Circular, boom! Much more power. And that's what you want on a situation like this. Good, good. Is there anything? Oh, yeah, I forgot the hand targets. So we know at the red belt right now, and it's something I greatly covered in the green belt video as well, is the hook punch defense. Our X's are our friends, okay? Even if we don't fully get out of the way or we don't fully get the X where we want it, if we get just a piece of it, it's gonna keep us from getting whacked. Now what we do, if you have the hand targets, great. If you don't, you can just use the hands, that's cool too. But in the red belt class, we go to a little deeper, heavier pace here. Meaning we're not just going like we do in the green belts. Go ahead. Hey man, slower, kind of defending. This is great practice to kind of get your defenses going. In the red belt class, this person's coming at you because you're at that level now. Hey man, calm down, calm down, calm down. Hi-ya! When I finally had enough, and all I'm doing with my X's is turning and then working my way inside. I am never doing this. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Hey man. Falling backwards. I'm holding my ground and working my way inside. Always remember, the heart of the danger is the safest place to be because you're now taking the advantage away from them. Does it happen like that? No, but if we've been, since green belt, working our best, we're gonna get really, really good at that. One more at the red belt rank, and I'll let you put those down, buddy, is to grab anywhere and punch. And that means it doesn't matter if they grab here, if they grab there, whatever, maybe out back of your head, they're grabbing a punch. Now, this grab isn't hurting you. So he grabs here, yeah, it doesn't feel good, yeah, I want to get out. And if he grabs and I immediately strike, then I'm out of it. But if he grabs and pulls me in and I see the hammer coming, that's what's going to do the damage. That is what I've got to block. So maybe he grabbed, I don't even have my hands up yet. Go ahead. Boom, I got those X's because I knew that punch was coming. And notice what I did. I went in, and notice how the X's work. Even if this hand would miss, I've got this hand. And it's two angles, you're deflecting that off. And all you need to miss your face is a slight deflection, but then you're actually turning as we know to do. And that's the beauty of working slow all the way through the previous ranks in order to get here to do this right. So he just going down from him. So I'm just here talking, and this creep, my awareness was down. If he's gonna get this close to me to grab and punch me, my awareness wasn't where it should be, but maybe it happens. I'm just standing here, he comes up, go ahead, buddy. And he goes, punch. Oh, stop, you pause. Just do it. Go. Ah! Boom. Oh yeah! It caught me off guard. He actually surprised me. That's pretty good, buddy. I was trying to look away like I wasn't paying attention there. It was hard when you know somebody's coming in to punch you in the face. So that helps with awareness as well, if you know what's coming. Now, of course, we practice in class. You know, maybe you grab my shoulder out here. Punch the other hand. Here, the hands, okay, you're gonna punch. I'm sorry, boom. Up, notice I pushed it, bang, to the side. Take your time, do it right. You don't need to get in a hurry and rush. Here, a lot of times with the younger kids, we use the noodle, right, to get it better. Here, I like to see the fist coming in. I'm not saying punch somebody, but I am saying, like, pretend I grabbed Austin and he doesn't need, no, not, I surprise you, and he doesn't get his hands up. I'm gonna put my fist on his face so he knows it. So now he knows to get his hands up. Oh man, good. This guy good or what? So, anyway, last thing, and this is kind of an extra bonus, is your Eskrima sticks. I'm gonna let Kelsey Grogan do this one. He's gonna do a quick repeat of, just do your loosening drills for us, please.
Just a light grip on it, just kind of roll your wrists.
Good. Good. And then number one, the Eskrima combo is just kind of a basic down and up. And watch his angles. You know this. Down, down, and then back up. Good. Good. Okay, now whip it through. Go ahead and show us. Boom, 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 boom. Good. And that's number one. And notice the angle of attack. It's not chop, 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 chop. Okay. Now number two, for the red belts, the Eskrima combo number two is a tap, 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 up. So it's a, there you go. Good. So it's a one, kind of the knee, back up, and then across. So tap. Go ahead one more time. Tap, 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 and back. Good. Boom, 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 and boom. Okay, show us kind of regular speed, please. Boom, 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 boom. And notice his angles are sharp. And what that's for, once again, we're not encouraging, hold tight for a sec, don't get whacked. Not encouraging whacking anybody, but if you think about this, this one's here, this one's to the knee, this one's back up to the other side of the neck, almost like if it was a pseudo hand. Bang, and then bang, and then bang. That's kind of what that is, and that's why we got the angle cuts that we're going with. Good stuff. All right, did I forget anything?
No, sir.
All right, so red belts, that is absolutely everything for third and second GUP on the green tip requirements and some of the yellow tip requirements as well. Work on it, okay? And then go back and review some of the stuff that I think we covered everything, even on the green belt video there. I was gonna have you just do ours and then go back and do the green belt, but now looking at it, I think we've covered everything. But a little extra review is never gonna hurt. But I want this thing, I want you doing this at least 2 more times this week, and then continuously working next week on really getting these techniques down. Now, later in the week, every day of the week by 10 a.m., I'm gonna have a training, exercise training video. I want you to check in on that. That's gonna be some stuff, it's gonna be challenging. A lot of black belt material on there, some different kicking and hand combos. It's gonna be a good time. And remember, if you get 10 of those workouts in, track it, bring it in, you'll get your black challenge star. All right, red belts, keep practicing, keep doing your best, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.